then the series is so long dead, they're really just cashing out. And that's all my news.
Cool. Alright then, so I guess then it's Monster Hunter's Stories time.
Okay, now I'm going to give you the still pretty short version. What? Here's the premise. Instead of hunting monsters, you befriend them with magical stones that let you convey your feelings to them.
Sweet.
Yeah. I'm shrugging here. So, story, not a huge selling point. Though Shabal going progressively more and more nuts and almost damning the planet, kind of funny. So yeah, story, not a selling point. You're not in this for the story. You're in it for gameplay.
Yeah.
Gameplay consists of running around the overworld, beating up monsters, chasing them back to their dens, beating them up again, and taking their eggs. Then hatching them. And then weaponizing their children. See, then they become your partners in battle. It's like a more fucked up Pokemon. Oh, and you still rip parts off monsters to make armor for yourself, too, so... You can also transfer traits and genes, which are randomly generated on monsters within a certain parameter range and such, which allows you to customize them. I mean, for example, Legambi is an ice-type monster, typically. If you transfer enough fire genes to it, it will become a fire-type monster, which will alter its super move and shit.
Right.
And visually change it, too. It's actually pretty neat. There's a lot of customization value here. Though, balance-wise, you're usually better off just sticking to their basic element, because it's always going to be higher, no matter what you do.
Right.
Like, potentially, always going to be higher. But it's a neat novelty. I mean, I guess you can customize your hunter, too, or rider, as they are in this game, but very quickly it becomes apparent that the monsters are going to be doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Like endgame, don't even pretend you're going to be contributing. You're going to be chucking healing items constantly. But the best thing is that every monster has a super move, and these super moves are cranked to 11.
Damn.
It's ridiculous. The Rathalos, who would normally just float around and shoot a fireball at you occasionally, does a fucking rider kick from the stratosphere that creates an engulfing pillar of flame upon impact. Shit's cool. Like, visually, this game delivers quite well.
Yeah.
Plenty of open world areas to just roam around, explore. You can find pigs, well, poogies, just hiding. You get rewarded when you find them, too. Audio, there's actually a few remixes in here, and they're not bad. In fact, they're pretty good, admittedly. Let's see. Gameplay, audio, visuals. I mean, this is a spin-off. So don't come in here and expect a normal Monster Hunter experience. Like, at all.
Yeah.
God, what am I missing?
Did you touch on the gameplay style? Like, does it play like regular Monster Hunter, or is it turn-based?
Thank you. It is turn-based. It is a turn-based RPG where you dictate your actions, and at the cost of order points, which, you can influence by doing well in battle, or your equipment and such, you can directly command your monster to use certain skills. So yeah, Monster Hunter, the turn-based RPG with really, really dramatic super moves. I like it.
Yeah.
And it still has a sense of humor about itself, too. So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Nice.
And there's really not a lot to go into beyond that. The gameplay is simple, but just really fucking solid. Doesn't reinvent the wheel or anything, but I'd totally play a second game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's available on 3DS for like $39.99 right now. It's still getting updated. Has a surprisingly wide range of monsters you can fight and recruit, like over 100.
But not all of them?
Not all of them, though they added a few Elder Dragons you couldn't recruit before in one of their patches. And the next patch is adding another story segment, I guess, or some optional battles. So, they're still throwing content at the game.
Sounds pretty legit.
You can't recruit an Ignactor, which I guess is because it's literally made of lava. And they just figured, well, how would you ride it? I don't know. How do you ride the Gravios on your thing, which should burn to a crisp when the ultimate starts and, you're like an inch above the lava.
Yeah.
But minor things. You can still get their armor sets. And weapons.
Makes sense.
There's not a lot to say, but there's a lot to look at. I'm just gonna link, and this fella has uploaded a collection of all the elemental variants of every super move. They're called kinship attacks. And we'll be plugging this in the notes.